This week on Archer's Choice.
Well, the family's here.
Down the trail, we see this buck. He's an 8. He comes out of the bush, comes running in front of me. I draw back. It was like textbook.
Hey, Dan, you want this guy deer right here?
Hey, welcome to this week's Archer's Choice. This week we're heading back to Illinois. We've got extra people with us this time.
Yeah, you guys finally got back.
We decided to show up eventually.
Yeah, we decided to show up. You know, we were busy. We had other things to do, but
We were busy out west.
just like we said last week, you know what? It's Illinois Deer Camp. We're out there with our good friend Dean, and we are just going to have a blast. It's deer camp. It's what it's supposed to be, camaraderie, having a good time, figuring out the critters, and we've got a great show to share with you. So should we get going?
It's what hunting camp should be about.
Absolutely.
You know, in today's world, when you talk about deer hunting, deer camp, you know, it's all about inches, and it's all about age, and it's all about how many years you've had experience. The problem is most people can't even relate to that. How many of you still have, you know, like the crates full of little 3 points, 6 points, small basket eights, and spikes, and I mean, we all do. Yet today, we think it's more important to manage the deer than it is to manage a young hunter, a new hunter, a child that's just starting to hunt. We think that's wrong. We think you should let them get out there, those new hunters. Let them go out and have a good time. And that's what our Illinois Deer Camp with Big Dean is all about. Old RJ1, and let's see, Eddie, and then we picked up Javier, and I headed out early because Vicki and RJ went up to R&K in Wyoming because she still had her elk tag, and she, believe it or not, had a great hunt, and she shot a great bull, you know, with her Browning 6.8 Western. Her and RJ got to share it together, which was really special because anytime you can share a hunt with your own children or any kids, man, it'll touch your soul. And when it touches your soul, you'll want to do it forever. Well, the family's here.
Well, hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're good.
Good to see you. We made it, even across the river.
That was nothing, huh?
It was nothing. It wasn't anything worse than what we've done in Kansas with my truck.
No.
Hi, stranger.
Hey, buddy. How's
How's it going? Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Awesome. Yeah, we made it cross country.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. For only probably the 30th time now.
Yeah.
In the past
This year.
year and a half, whatever.
Year and a half. Might even be 40th.
We meant to film on our way out here, but we might have been singing too much, and none of that would have been
Singing?
good for singing.
Yes.
He is
We
my
rocked out the entire
child.
way.
He is my child. At one point I go, I'm so proud of you. RJ and I headed out to Illinois after Ralph did. Ralph got out to Illinois earlier, set up some stands, got the ground blinds going, and he got everything set up for us. He also got out in the woods before us and tagged a buck before we were even there.
I spitfire him with my Easton. He runs about, I'm going to say 60, 70 yards and piles up. It was awesome because here we are. I got my buck down before everyone else got here in camp, and we celebrated. We had a great time. We hung it. We aged the meat. We did everything we possibly could because that's what you do at deer camp.
I mean, right when we pull up, it's already kind of going chaotic. Just saying hi to everybody, Mr. Dean, my dad, RJ, other RJ I should say, Eddie, it's great to see everybody because we were just on a week-long elk hunt, and now we're going full-blown into Illinois deer. You know, my whole life I've been in the woods. My dad's brought me out. He's shown me how to put up, take down tree stands, blinds, all of the above, and that's one of the parts that I look forward to the most because, I mean, you have to kind of read the game. You have to understand try to think of what they're thinking, follow the trails, kind of get their routines down, and that's how you choose where you're gonna set up, get ready to hunt.
RJ and I, we got in, we went and got our tags, our non-resident tags for Illinois, and we got ready to hunt.
RJ and Vicki are getting their Hoyt set up with all the right gear to take home some big bucks here in Illinois. Easton's are their preferred choice of arrow, and they each get fitted with NAP shockwaves. Next up is the game plan.
That first morning out, we decided not to go out. We decided to sit into camp and figure out exactly what it is we want to do and where we want to go.
He'll hear if he's walking, go. That's all you need to do. If he looks at you, don't call again, unless he loses his attention span. You know what I mean? But if he looks up and he starts coming, don't call.
We had a great plan going out. What they've been doing every night is going over what everyone's seen, what the trail cameras are showing, so we can look back at it and decide what we did and what we did right and what we did wrong. Well, we decided that Ralph and I, who's gonna be my cameraman this week, he and I are gonna go out to our down and out hunting blind that they had set up, and they had a bunch of great photos of deer on the Spy Point cameras.
Don't worry, I'm all legal. You got your tag, Ma?
I do. Did you sign yours?
Yeah. Yeah, baby. I better go sign mine real quick.
We went out there that afternoon with the great wind that we needed for it, and we saw a pile of does, just a bunch of does. And where Big RJ was hunting, he could actually see some bucks around us. We never saw a buck, but we saw a lot of great does. And you know what? It was a great first night sit here in Illinois. The second afternoon out, Ralph said, Vicki, we're gonna go to my stand. We're gonna go to the stand that I shot my buck out of. You're gonna love it. We have a great wind for it. There's a big green field. There's another plot down below us, and we're in the timber.
Well, it's November 4th, and I'm in the same tree that Ralph shot his buck the other day. The trail on the way in that road is just covered up with brand new open scrapes, so we're pretty excited about the sit.
And that's one of the things I do love is hunting in the timber rather than on a field edge, but you never know what's gonna happen. We got out, we got set up and sat, and we had a whole bunch of crazy activity. We're sitting there, and then all of a sudden Ralph was like, Vicki, there's a buck, there's a buck. He's filming, he's on the back side of the tree, I'm on the front side of the tree, and this buck comes running up, and it comes around the back side of the tree. I can see him here. I end up spinning around. I have my bow full draw, trying to get a shot at him. I don't know if he can see the deer anymore because of where that deer is at. It was chaotic, it was crazy. It's the beginning of November. They're running and chasing the bucks are chasing the does like crazy right now. It is what it is. It's the rut and it's on. We sat there a little bit longer, and sure enough, here we go again. Now we have a little Forky. He comes walking up nice and slowly, checking everything out. He just goes away, no big deal. But maybe 20 minutes later, we have a doe come flying up from the same direction as that other buck did, and there's another buck chasing her, and he goes and does the same thing behind us, comes around the tree, and I mean, it was so fast, but he was an 8-point, and half of his rack was cut off. I mean, like he had fought where all of his tines were already taken off his head.
Getting ready to take a picture of the sunset, and Ralph's like, Vicki, buck. And all of a sudden there's a doe comes running by. I grab my bow. That buck was right here below us.
So I think we had the most activity that afternoon, where everyone else saw some deer, but nothing like that. Oh wait, let me go back. I forgot.
We're gonna try it again tonight. You can see our set here in the cedars, so we're gonna try to get up there and catch anything on this side coming up and over. We're getting closer. We checked trail cameras today, and we've seen a lot of buck activity on the cameras, so it's making us feel pretty promising. A lot of shooters on our feet last night and this morning in the daylight. So let's go jump in the tree. Bert. Bert. You want him? Oh, low.
Big RJ. Yeah, he might have shot and missed at a deer way out there, maybe.
That one hurts. It hurts a little bit. That was the deer we wanted. It's only 3:20 in the afternoon. I just looked up and he was coming across this cornfield. So I just gave him one little soft grunt. He didn't like it. He come trucking out of there. By the time I stopped him, he stopped beautiful, but I didn't have time to range find him. So I had to, to shoot instinctive, and I went just under him. Maybe there's a reason I missed him. Maybe because a bigger buck is going to come out.
So our RJ's having a pretty slow week so far. He hasn't really even seen a deer, but maybe a button buck and a forky, and that's about it. But things have got to get better for him. Next morning, Ralph and I, he said, Vicki, we're gonna go hunt the same stand we hunted last night where we saw those bucks chasing those does, and this is it. But I'm gonna warn you, it's a hike up. He tried to get me into CrossFit that morning. I swear to you, by the time we got up that mountain and into the stand, I was dripping sweat. I'm sure it didn't help anything at all because we saw nothing that morning. After that morning hunt, we all came back to camp here back at Dean's, went over all the photos again, trying to decide what we needed to do and how we wanted to do it and where we were all gonna go that afternoon. Well, we made a plan. RJ's gonna go one way, the other RJ's gonna go the other way, and then Ralph and I, we're gonna go to a tree stand. Well, we were originally gonna go to where we've been sitting, and then we decided at the last minute the wind was okay for us to sit in a different setup.
Let's do it.
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Oh, you're coming with us.
So Ralph and I, we went and we dropped RJ off, our RJ and Eddie, just in case you forgot that there's two RJs. We dropped them off at the tree, and then Ralph and I went back, checked wind again, and then we decided to sit in this other set.
Well, we're back up in the tree. Different spot this time. This time we're over a food plot instead of in the timber. Last night, we spotted a big 8 out in this alfalfa field, this green field next to us. We have the wind. It's going to be really edgy. So we're going to have to really watch if anything's coming from that direction. I'm going to have to take a shot at it before it gets to my wind, but that's okay. It is November 6th. 5th. I lost a day. It's November 5th, and we're in northwestern Illinois doing some whitetail hunting.
So Ralph and I, we sat out in the stand, in the setup. We're over a beautiful food plot. My farthest shot is 35 yards. We're hoping they're closer than that. There's a bunch of overhanging branches, so if they come in any direction, they're not really gonna see us standing out. But seriously, we saw nothing. The wind was whipping pretty good at the beginning of the afternoon, and then it laid down and it was getting calm and nothing was going on. I tried rattling once or twice during the afternoon, nothing showed up. It's starting to get prime time, it's getting past prime time, and we do one more rattling sequence. And out of the bush, down the trail, we see this buck. He's an 8. He comes out of the bush. He comes all the way. I mean, it was like textbook. Like he listens to the rattle. He comes out. He comes running down the side of the field, comes running in front of me. I draw back, and I shot him. And I filled my Illinois tag like that. It was so fast. Shot him, he ran off. He ran right below our stand, went through the timber here, went back up and around. We replayed the footage while we were in the stand because I was a little worried if I hit back a hair. It didn't look like it was a hair back. It looked like it was probably a liver shot. So we're like, okay, you know what? We'll go to where we can see blood and then we're gonna leave. And that's exactly what we did.
That looks like really good blood to me.
RJ and Eddie came over. They were getting on their way back to get into the tracker to go back to camp. Well, they saw us standing out there with headlamps, so we looked a little bit then and we decided, you know what, when in doubt, let's just back out of here. We need to give them a little time because it's probably a liver shot. We came back to camp, we ate dinner, looked at the footage, it's definitely a liver shot. We gave them a couple hours and we headed back out. When I say we headed back out, I mean we all headed back out. And what's really cool about this buck here is that, one, Ralphie's filming me, which, you know what, that's old school. Ralph and I, we've been doing this for so many years. I mean, call us the old couple, seasoned couple, odd couple, whatever you want to do. First year as a non-resident in Illinois, tagged out. Maybe that's a new trend. Maybe I need to be a non-resident in order to fill tags. I don't know. Well, we followed blood up to here and decided, you know what, when in doubt, get out. We felt the shot was a hair back, went back. It's liver. So we went, had dinner, sat down, and now we got the whole gang here. You've got me and Ralph and RJ and Eddie and Javier and Dean, and we're gonna go find this buck. Well, and he came out in that opening in that lane, in the direction if the blood goes that way, and then came in at us. See what I'm saying? I think there's a trail here he may have taken. It, going thicker. Going in a thicker, not coming out this way. But I know it goes right to the opening here shortly. Right?
Hey, then we want this guy deer right here?
You got? There he is, honey. Woo! Well, I was kind of hoping that the reason we weren't finding any more blood was because he was dead. Thanks for finding him, bud.
You got it. Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Where's Ralphie? You gotta get over here. Come here. We've got the whole crew
There you
here.
go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Dean, sir, thanks for coming out here and helping us. Well, he just made a giant circle. Our stand is
Yeah, the stand's right there.
Is right there.
There's a cedar tree, Ralph. So I walked.
Yeah.
Stop looking for that cedar tree you're on. It's right there. That's where he was going.
He didn't go very well. He came out right here. He came right out here, and he walked around the edge and come all the way around the edge to us, and bam! Whoop. All right. Well, thank you so much for being out in the stand with me.
Oh, it was awesome.
It
You know what I
was,
mean?
you know,
Old times.
Old times, you and I back in Illinois. It's our first season as non-residents.
Yeah, we were non-residents, so
We're
we don't have the whole
non-residents.
season to do what we, normally do.
I've been very fortunate this fall so far, tag-wise,
that's
and I
it.
mean, filling the freezer up, and this again right here in Northern Illinois. I've got
Thanks to Dean.
Yep, thanks to Dean and everyone here. All you guys helped me do it. When I shot him, we knew it was a hairback.
Yes.
We figured liver. Went back to camp. We looked for blood
Centered
a little
liver,
bit.
yep.
Centered liver. Came back out after dinner, and I mean, he went a little bit, but he didn't go that far. Thank you guys, every single one of you. Thank you so much. That was pretty dang awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Deer
Thanks so
camp is
much.
going pretty good. We're hanging deer. I mean, on our Viking. That
Yes,
that
that
made
was
it a
pretty
lot
cool.
easier,
Made it a
didn't it?
lot
Oh my
easier.
gosh, to lift it, skin them, and get them all butchered up.
Yeah,
so
and you know what? The great thing again is we're all together sharing deer camp. You know,
That's it.
I shot that buck.
You
I thought
rattled
it was
him
a good-
in, which was
rattled
pretty
him
cool.
in. Thought I made a good shot, but then was kind of iffy because we're like, ooh, maybe
nah,
not.
you got him good.
And so we went back to camp, and we're like, well, let's go out and get him. And he was right there. He didn't go
I think
anywhere.
from the tree stand, he was probably 45, 50 yards.
Yeah, as a,
But he
yeah.
ran this way, there, and
Yeah,
dropped,
but
which is cool.
The memories are all of us out there. It's us three
Well-
as a family. We have Dean, Big RJ, Eddie, Javier. We're all out there together.
And we're not concerned about how many encounters we had with this guy or how big he is or this. I mean, we are out there enjoying deer hunting. That's why we did this. That's why we wanted to expose it the way it really is.
Right.
Because, you know, sometimes we could get carried away and people don't see the reality of what really is.
Well, this is just deer camp.
Yes.
You know,
It's
and
family.
It's family and it's friends and it's camaraderie, and we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We'll see you next week, same time,
Same channel.
Right here
on the
The
Archer's
Archer's
Choice.